So let's start with this. In the movie, I saw that you were against guns, and the guns didn't come out till later. In life, if somebody broke into your house where your wife was and your loved ones was, how long would it take for the guns to come out? Would the movie be over quicker?
If someone broke into my house.
Well, let's say exactly the owner, the ex-owner of the house, just kept appearing in a creepy way, just like Charlie.
Okay, so here's how I feel about this. It's easy to look at the movie and say what you would do.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know until it happens. You just don't. None of us know what we would do until it happens. You know, do you bring out a gun to keep away someone who loves guns?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's the answer. I don't know. I'm not saying I wouldn't. I'm just saying I don't know if that's the answer because fortunately I haven't been in that situation. But I do think that Scott's PTSD regarding the loss of his brother, you know, that is something that's real. And it affected him in a way in which, you know, he just can't quite function the way that someone who may not have had the same experience would.
I see.
Long, complicated answer, but
yes, it was a good answer though. Because I was like, yo, I would kill this guy immediately. I'm just keeping it real.
Right,
you know?
Right.
And Meagan, you let Charlie in one too many times for my taste in real life. for my taste if I was married to in real life.
Yeah.
So if this was a real life situation, after he cursed Charlie out in that hotel/bar, would you? Because you let him in after that.
Yes, I think for me, from what I can remember,
I could see in your eyes it would have been over immediately.
It would have been over sooner. I think after the whole stuff with the Christmas tree is when it would have got awkward because it doesn't really matter how I feel and what I'm seeing and if I think this person's not a threat. At that point, my husband is so uncomfortable and he's so against it that it would just be respect, you know?
Yes.
However, with Annie, the challenge is how do I show that this woman sees the good in people, sees that this guy's not 100% right, but doesn't see him as a threat, is not afraid of him, feels that Scott's overreacting, also to some degree feels abandoned by Scott, feels out here by herself, doesn't have any friends, and she doesn't see him as someone who's negative or bad. So the trick for me was like, how do I, in every scenario, show where she's at mentally, at least to the degree of, even if you disagree with her, you can at least understand where she's coming from and how she got there.
Nice.
And that was definitely a challenge, because there were times where I'm like, Dion, no, people are gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna strangle this girl. And he was just like, for Dion, it was like, I hear what you're saying, but this is the part where I want them to want to strangle you.
Yeah.
And to her credit, you gotta look at it like, she got a different version of Charlie than Scott got.
And also,
Obviously.
the audience,
you know what I mean?
The audience gets the version that Scott's got.
So the audience is getting
sees
both
what Scott
worlds.
sees.
They're getting the whole
and he doesn't
context.
see any of that.
I was getting mad because he was showing a lot of love that it seemed like he was filling in what the husband wasn't giving at the moment. Well, that's what it felt like, or he was trying to.
I think there
So
was
I got
a bit of
heated.
that. Yeah.
You know how it is, somebody trying to get a little too handsy.
Get out the house.
You trying to get a little too handsy with your wife, and you're like this.
I like that though. That's good though that it invoked that where it bothered you. You know, it's like we're doing our job.
Well, thank you guys.
Appreciate it, man.
Love.
All right, bud.
The Intruder, only in theaters.
You really want this place, don't you?
I do.
This house is yours now.
He's such a sweetheart. Charlie is outside cutting the grass. That should be gone by now.
Something is really off with that guy.
Honey, he's lonely.
You know, Charlie's wife died in that house.
You think that's blood?
You want some company?
This guy is dangerous.
I've lost everything. I have a chance to get it all back.
The Intruder, rated PG-13, May 3rd.